We begin on the baseball diamond where the Bronx Bombers came down to earth a little bit over the past week. A few losses aside, the Yanks are still the best team in the American League East as the 60-game virus-shortened season zips along. Here's pitcher James Paxton on a rough outing Sunday.
We're frustrated about the loss, but it is a great step and in a good direction for me. I pitched a lot better today. Ending wasn't what we wanted. That last inning was unfortunate, but just got to keep on going here.
Manager Aaron Boone is still optimistic about Paxton and the season, of course. Here's more with the skipper.
Yeah, it definitely stings. Got a chance to really salvage the trip, and they put some good at-bats together to get back in the game, obviously. But we obviously take away a lot of good from the way Pax threw the ball, and so got to regroup in the off day and get ready for a homestand.
Meantime, the Amazons have seen some new life thanks to a rookie standout and more dominance from arguably the best pitcher in the National League, maybe all of baseball.
I played the game that I know as a kid and as a professional baseball player, and the game is basically just help the team to win and put the team in the best way for get a win.
Felt a little off today, but was able to battle through and would have liked to win more than 5. But like we said, that second inning threw a lot of pitches in that inning. But was just tried to refocus and go for strike one and go from there. These guys did a good job putting up some runs for me, and the bullpen held it down. So it's a good team win.
We shift gears and move on over to the NFL gridiron. We caught up with some of your favorite Giants and Jets this past week. We'll start with Big Blue. Here's star running back Saquon Barkley on a fresh start to the season.
I do think we're doing a great job of, especially when we're in Zoom meetings in spring, understanding the history, understanding the guys before us, and the tradition here. But yeah, I would definitely say, like you said, Shep is the longest tenured Giant, and he's only been in the league for 5 to 6 years, I guess. But, it's freshman to start. We're learning every single day, learning a new, especially offense side and defense side, learn a new scheme and system, and, just trying to focus on the little things and trying to get better every single day and capitalize on the things that we're able to do.
Looks like the G-Men will have a healthy tight end to pair with Mr. Barkley this season.
I felt great. I've had a very blessed offseason. I've been working my butt off in rehab and getting back. And right now I'm just going out and doing everything I can for the team and with practices and with the trainers and everything. I'm not really worried about what all the other people are saying or this and that. I can only control what's in front of me each and every day, and that's coming in, working hard in training camp and learning this offense and being a good teammate.
Leonard Williams is excited to be back with the Giants, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
I think the coaches know, that my teammates know what I bring to the table, or I wouldn't be here. I definitely still feel like I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder. At the same time, though, I'm ready to just go out here and play the best that I can. And it starts today. It starts one day at a time. And I'm not looking towards the future or next off season or what's going to happen a year from now. I'm just trying to get better right now and, see what I can do for my team.
A new season, despite the challenges of COVID-19, has Gang Green equally pumped to get back to business. Here's the newest Jet on getting to work with defensive coordinator Greg Williams.
He was intense. Like I said, I got used to a certain style of coaching and out there in Seattle. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. Everybody's different. Everybody's wired different. He's just happened to be one of the more intense coaches I've ever communicated with. But I've never heard a bad thing about Greg Williams. I know players that played under him, and they all have positive things to say.
Meanwhile, Alex Lewis can't stop raving about head coach Adam Gase and the chance to get back in some pads and hit some people on an NFL football field.
I love Coach Gase. I got mad respect for him. And, I'm just here, bringing the team together. We got one objective, and that's to play football and win football games. And, all the other stuff is noise. So I'm just excited to be back with the team and push forward and start hitting people.
The NFL resumes, and this past week, racers arrived in Indy to start turning some laps at the Speedway. The Indy 500 looms later this month. Fernando Alonso is back to chase motorsport's coveted Triple Crown. He won Le Mans. He won F1's Monaco. Now he's trying to become only the second man to win those two and the 500.
Reasonable confidence that it's going to be a good event for us, but we take it step by step. We know that there are a lot of things to do from our side. We will miss some experience. All three drivers, we are, let's say, rookies for the 500. So we still need to rely and we need to work very close to the team and learn every day, make it step by step.
Winning the 500 is some prize indeed. Perhaps luck of the draw, though. In sports, few teams probably have better luck than the New York Rangers when it comes to the draft. They scored the number 2 pick last year. This year, the Broadway Blue Shirts win the Alexis Lafreniere sweepstakes. The Rangers win the second phase of the NHL draft lottery and will have the first overall pick, giving them a shot at selecting the young star. The Rangers were among 8 teams that lost in the qualifying round of the playoffs with a chance to claim quite a consolation prize. The Rangers brass is excited, to say the least.
I'm always optimistic. That's my nature, but I couldn't look at the TV. I had my eyes closed, my hand over my head, and I was listening, and my wife was sitting over beside me, and she started screaming. And with that, I was able to look up, and I just couldn't believe it. It was a wonderful thing. I mean, for Gortz to go at it 2 straight years, and we get a 2 and a 1, we're on our way. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but this is certainly helpful. It was just a tremendously exciting evening. And then when we got the pick, my phone sounded like a repeater, just boom. It was blowing up with all kinds of people sending texts and notes. It's a great time to be a Ranger, a great time to be a part of the Rangers, and a great time to be a fan of the Rangers.
Those are the headlines. We hit the C list for the team I'm rooting for inside the NBA bubble. We hope the fans at home enjoyed our new segment this past week, Gimme 5. It seems to be a hit. It was awesome to have old friend SAMORI B on the show. We talked some NBA. Both he and I suggested that the LA Lakers likely should be the favorites. I'll be rooting for storylines, as always, kind of the nature of the job, you know what I mean? I wish the Knicks were inside the bubble. I wish the Brooklyn Nets were at full strength. Now, the Nets do have a shot, but I think it's fair to say that the LA Lakers, the LA Clippers, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Toronto Raptors are more favorable in that conversation. But there's another star inside the bubble that deserves a plug in this C list, and fittingly, he and the C's will get my vote of confidence this morning as the team I am rooting for to win it all. Not easy to say as a lifelong Knicks fan growing up, but let's hear it for Bronx boy Kemba Walker and the Boston Celtics. Celtics fans should be encouraged by what they've seen from Kemba in the NBA restart. The C's all-star guard has been on a minutes restriction due to a nagging left knee injury, yet he's made the most of his time on the court. In the restart opener against Milwaukee, the BX boy turned NBA darling dropped 16 points in 19 minutes. Then, in a win over Portland, Walker scored 14 points in 22 minutes. Walker and the Celtics have done nothing but good things ever since, winning 4 out of 5 games after a loss to Miami. The UConn alum posted 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in 28 minutes Tuesday afternoon, this time a win over Memphis. We don't have the Knicks inside the Orlando, Florida bubble. We have a banged-up Nets team, but we do have a whole lot of New York by way of Boston, thanks to Big Apple product Kemba Walker. That's your sports. Don't forget, tune in Monday morning as we sit down with the producer of the #1 sports documentary Right Now. I'm Bobby C. Keep it right here. More open back after this.